At the time of independence in 1947, British India was divided into two separate nations. India, which had a Hindu majority population, Pakistan, created as a homeland for Muslims. But the split wasn't as clean as drawing a line on a map. It was violent, brutal, and deeply personal. Over 15 million people were forced to move. Muslims from India to Pakistan, and Hindus and Sikhs from Pakistan to India. Entire families uprooted. Trains filled with refugees arrived.
Why is Britain over there fucking... Why are they playing civilization over in India?
What do you know about it? If you're asking why, you obviously don't know much about it.
Spices?
No. That's a retard.
It's ridiculous. This is why, by the way, this is why a lot of the world hates the West.
Who cares?
It's because of bullshit like this. This is a country that they're not even next to.
Bullshit like
they're
what?
in a totally different fucking place.
Okay.
And now they're trying to play fucking, you know, I don't know, civilization, playing Risk with this country.
Cool. What a great opinion, mate. So the Romans, were they next to Britain when they come to Britain? Was your ancestors next to America when they came to America? No, they were not. So what are you talking about? What is this point? Were the Ottomans next to Constantinople? No, they marched up to it, invading every land on the way before they got there. Like, what is this point? They weren't next to it, so?
It's insane.
No, it's not insane.
The spice must flow, I guess so.
Look, Britain was invaded so many times by everybody. The French, the Norwegians, the Romans, the Spanish. We've been invaded by loads of people, attacked by loads of people. Our whole history is defending from fucking assault. Okay? So, this argument doesn't wash with me. This is a stupid argument. The Romans came to Britain and did great things for Britain and are thought of very fondly in Britain. We don't sit there and go, oh, I hate the Romans. No one does. It's not a thought in England, in the UK. Oh, we hate the Vikings for invading us and raping all our women. No one gives a fuck. They came over and they were actually very handsome people. And they gave us lots of new genes to make us even better looking. So, you know, it's... I know that's stupid, but it's like no one resents us. We don't resent the rest of the world for coming here, invading us. Like, as I said, the Romans are thought of very fondly. They brought agriculture. They brought all of these great things. Exactly what we did to fucking India, by the way. We went to India and brought loads of great stuff over there. Agricultural techniques, building, bridges, like infrastructure that they didn't know how to do. We brought it all over to them and introduced it to them. They should be grateful, like we are for the Romans. They should be grateful to us for taking all our stuff over there. Now, this gets a little bit more, so I'm going to let it go.
Oh.
There's a little bit more to this.
But I just wanted you guys to see, this is the reason, and by the way, it doesn't excuse terrorism. Obviously, it doesn't excuse terrorism. It doesn't excuse this to happen.
Well, obviously.
But, like, if you're in one of these
I don't even know why
countries
these things are being equated together. Britain and terrorism from Islam. And, like, do you know what I mean? Like, why are these being equated together? As in, there's some sort of excuse, and it's based around the fact that Britain went over to India. Like, there is no excuse for what they do. A lot of people loved Britain. And by the way, the reason that we split Pakistan and India is because they were at war for their entire fucking history of being alive. And let's just skip forwards to when he slags off Britain next.
Family got displaced. Yeah, I wouldn't like Britain either.
Slaughtered
Cool. Well,
neighborhoods that had...
So what? What is your point? They wouldn't like Britain either. They were displaced. They were displaced because they were at constant war with each other. So they were split up. It's a good idea, and it still is a good idea. If you knew anything about this, you'd be able to understand it a bit better. But you're talking with no understanding of something based on a fucking AI-generated video.
Had coexisted for centuries, turned on each other overnight. It became one of the biggest and bloodiest...
Coexisted for centuries. Did they? Did they? Coexisted for centuries. Hang on a second. Let me just read to you how they coexisted for centuries. How did they coexist for centuries? Here we go. Ancient and classical period. The Indus Valley civilization spanned across present-day Pakistan and northwest India. Declined, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what that actually means. Oh. The Ayan tribes came from Central Asia and spread across the region and clashed with the earlier inhabitants. Okay, so this is just the founding. Anyway, let's move forwards. That wasn't a great point. Doesn't read very well, that one. Maya and Gupta empires, 322 BCE to 550 CE. These Indian empires under rulers like Ashkar had influence over much of the subcontinent. Conflicts were about expanding control rather than the identity of Pakistan and India, which didn't exist. Islamic invasions in Delhi Sultanate. Muslim rulers from Central Asia invaded the northwest and established control over large parts of the subcontinent, which is why they have Pakistan now, because they invaded that area and took it over. Invaded. I wonder if that was a peaceful invasion. I wonder what the Britons had to do with that. From the 12th century, the Delhi Sultanate, based in northern India, often fought to maintain control of the western territories, including parts of what is now Pakistan. So this was from the 8th to the 16th century. Those fucking Brits. Those fucking Brits. Hey, Asmon. The Mongol Empire ruled a unified empire across most of modern India and Pakistan from 1526 to 1707. Internal power struggles happened within the empire. Regional powers like the Marathas, Sikhs and Rajputs often fought with or resisted Mongol control. Rise of the Sikh Empire and Afghan conflicts, 18th to 19th century. The Sikh Empire under Maharaj Ranjit Singh controlled much of Punjab, which is now divided between India and Pakistan. They fought over the Durrani Empire. The regions now making up these countries had centuries of conflicts, shifting control among different ethnic, religious, and political powers well before the British arrived. Okay? So that's the truth. So do you know why Britain can be blamed? I'm going to tell you in a second.
Migrations in human history, with over 1 million people dead.
Wow.
That trauma didn't just vanish. It turned into resentment, and the cracks only got deeper. One of the biggest cracks, a paradise called Kashmir.
Why aren't they mad at Britain? Because I feel like Britain is the one that did this, not even Pakistan and
Britain
India.
didn't do anything.
Kashmir was...
So again, he goes on about Britain. He wants to blame Britain for this. So this is what Britain failed, okay? Britain was the ones who just fucking drew the line between Pakistan and India. Britain drew the line, okay? And they said, you guys go this way, you guys go that way, stop fucking fighting, stop killing each other, be separate. That's what Britain did, okay? Now, where Britain's mistake was that they was not strong enough in doing that. They should have been much stronger. They should have been much more aggressive about this. They should have probably spent more money, to be fair. We should have spent more of our money and more of our military to maintain peace and set these regions up a little bit better. As in, this was done, the map was drawn in a 5-week period. A 5-week period. So I could understand that in a 5-week period of drawing such a radical idea. But to be fair, radical ideas, if you're a smart person, don't take that long to come up with. So they probably thought it was a very good idea. We split these fucking people up, stop them fighting, and carry on. You know what I mean? But the thing is, right, we brought all this great stuff over to India. We brought all this great stuff with us. It's not like we just went over there and took. We also gave. We gave them techniques, infrastructure, fucking agriculture, taught them about cleanliness. Like, there's so many things that we brought over. Sports, their national game is cricket. Where did they get that from? Like, and well, it's just cricket or whatever. No, they brought them loads of stuff, man. But it's still their favourite game now. Like, they didn't have any games. What was like, poo stick was the game before we came over. So don't start like, oh, Britain's to blame for this and Britain's to blame for that. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. These are people that have constantly been at war forever. The Muslims have constantly been invading everyone forever. You know, they've been fighting and bombing and killing forever. It's not Britain's fault. Britain tried to go over there and, you know, sort them out. Tried to help them out, much like the Romans did for Britain. Much like you did for America, right? I just think it's ridiculous. So, Asmon, I would recommend using your platform a little bit more sensibly and not just throwing Britain under the bus, throwing red meat out to your leftist, you know, Twitch viewers with no fucking responsibility, no, what's the words? With no, like, investigation. Like, you didn't look into this at all. You've just thrown this opinion out there that Britain's to blame. Why don't they hate Britain? Britain should be doing it. Like, what? You don't know anything about any of this. So what are you doing? You're basing all your opinions on this AI video. Like, Douglas Murray was completely right when he said to Joe Rogan, you have a responsibility about what you say. He's completely right, because you're a big influencer and you should take that influence seriously. And you don't. Well, I actually think you do a lot of the time, but in this circumstance, I don't think you did. I think you did a very, very bad job. I don't think it was right to throw Britain under the bus like that. I don't think it was right to feed this narrative, because this narrative is actually behind the downfall of Western civilization. This entire narrative that we're the bad guys and we went around destroying the world. It's a stupid narrative. Again, the Ottomans did not just turn up in Constantinople. They were just there. Oh, you know, no, that's not how any of this works, man. It's not how any of this works.